What's up, YouTube? Normally I don't do videos about the NBA until after the All-Star break because I feel that nobody really cares about the NBA until after the All-Star break because that's when they start playing real offense and that's really start playing real defense because the biggest complaint about the NBA is that they don't play defense. And it's 82 games, so why would they? They'll sit there and say, you know what? I got lit up for 40 points. I got tomorrow to play. As opposed to college where there's only a finite amount of games where they have like around upwards of 35 to 40 games. So it's like, oh, okay, every game kind of counts. Now, every now and then there comes a game where it's more than just a game. And that's what happened today with the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the game was played in Cleveland. The Golden State Warriors actually won their game in Oakland. Now it's like they're going to Cleveland since the finals, and they're saying, okay, this is a game because this game I thought meant more than a regular season game because there's some games where you sit there and say, okay, this is a barometer for where we are as a team, and I thought this was a game that was going to show each team where they are because everybody knows for the most part that the Cavaliers, to some degree, are at least going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. And some would say that they're going to make the actual NBA Finals. Now, the Golden State Warriors, everybody knows, oh man, they've only lost 3 or 4 games, and they're gonna be contenders. But the Spurs, who nobody's talking about, by the way, are just they're 3 games behind them in terms of losses. So I don't understand why people aren't talking about the San Antonio Spurs, but let's not focus on them. Let's focus on the main topic, Warriors, Cavaliers. And I thought this game was another big game because Kyrie Irving has had a chance to adapt, and he's played several games, and he's been balling for the last 4 or 5 games. So I thought this was a huge test between the two teams. And honestly, I give Kyrie Irving a pass for the first game that they played against the Warriors because everyone was saying like, oh, Kyrie Irving's back, but it was like his second game back or his third game back, so he wasn't really in the groove. But this time, he actually had enough time to acclimate to the NBA game, and he's actually been in the rhythm. So, with all that said, I thought the game was going to be a lot closer than what it was. As you know, if you've been watching ESPN and TNT. The Cavaliers lost 132-98, and the game was never close. In the first half, they were up over 30 points. And the one thing I thought watching this game is the offense. The offense for the Cavaliers just seemed forced. It seems like they had to work so hard just to get regular buckets, as opposed to the Golden State Warriors, where I don't know a team in the NBA who gets easier buckets. Their ball movement is just superb. Their on-court movement and their spacing is just elite. And I'm not even a Warriors fan. I'm a Lakers fan, and we've had a bad year so far. Well, actually, we only won 9 games, so we had a horrendous year. But the way the Warriors move, and I am just baffled at how easily they get the ball around and how easily they get layups and backdoor passes. It's astonishing. And they're not doing this against teams like the 76ers. They're doing this against elite teams, elite defensive teams. So I was impressed, and I didn't think they were going to get that kind of easy buckets. I thought at least it was going to be, if they did get those easy buckets, I thought it was going to be a little back and forth because Kyrie Irving's back. LeBron James is dialed in. You got J.R. Smith. You got Dellavedova, who has really improved his game because he only had one move when he was playing last year. But he's shown himself to have kind of a better jumper, but he's shown himself to be able to get to the rack, which is very impressive. So he's improved his game. You had Tristan Thompson, who came back, and this team was supposed to be loaded. You got Kevin Love, who's healthy with the shoulder. And yet they still get blown out. This is it's only one game, so I'm not overreacting to how the Warriors just dismantled the Cavaliers. But if you're the Warriors, you got to think in the back of your head like we kind of got in their heads a little bit because they're fully healthy now. Now they have no excuses, and that was the one thing everybody kept saying last year. Oh, the Cavaliers aren't healthy. They're not healthy. But this game, They were fully healthy and they got blown out. Now, I'm not going to say if they happen to meet each other in the finals, are they going to blow out the Cavaliers every game? But it kind of gives you just a kind of peace of mind, if you will, for the Warriors. If you're the Cavaliers, you sit there and say, you know what? It's one game. It's one game. Let's not overreact. It's one game, but there's still a little piece that maybe this is a small fraction. Maybe last year wasn't really a fluke. But maybe that motivates them to be even harder when they play each other again, if they do in the playoffs. So that's my initial reaction to the Golden State Warriors beating the Cavaliers. The ball movement was superior. Their jumpers, the spacing, the defense. And that's one thing that's underrated about the Warriors. They're very opportunistic in terms of defense. They're not known for like a great defensive team, but they make stops when they have to. And that's one thing that's very undersold because everything gets overshadowed by their offense. But their defense is very opportunistic, and they come up with the great stops when they have to. So kudos to the Warriors. I know they lost a couple of games because they've been kind of banged up, but this game they showed out and they went to work. It was literally a walk-through. So congratulations to them. If you're the Cavaliers, if you're Cavalier fans, sit there and say, hey, it's one game. It's not even the All-Star break. So let's relax, okay? Don't worry about it. We'll come back. We're still tops in the East, so don't worry about it. So that's my initial reaction. Tell me what you thought about the Golden State Warriors. Do you think this plays in terms of a mind game? Do you think this further elevates the confidence of the Golden State Warriors? Or do you think that it's like, oh, it's just a regular game? And for the Cavalier side of things, do you think that this kind of sows the seeds of doubts, plants the seeds of doubts in their heads, like, man, maybe we weren't as good as we thought we were? Or do you think you say, hey, it's just one game, relax, chill, we'll be back? Tell me what you guys think. Leave comments and suggestions, and thank you for watching me. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. Thanks for watching, boys and girls.